towers. No Oseram.
True.
There's guards are very organized. They're not usually like this.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Oh,
guards.
here's the Oseram here.
So some Karja grumble about us. Let them. They have the vanguard to thank for their freedom. Well,
Okay.
It looks like they're having like a meeting or something.
Don't look to me for help. My duty is to
Maybe they follow something.
No, these guys definitely haven't looked like this.
We haven't
it's
been
always the
They
ones
haven't
who
looked this
disrespect
way.
the
You
Karja.
don't look that organized. They're usually all just standing at the gate, just kind of milling about.
Hey guys, what's up?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Look.
Marad.
You look like the blameless Marad. You
What?
look like the guy that doesn't like me at the Embrace.
Greetings, Aloy. I am known as Blameless Marad. Please come with me. You're needed for an important consultation.
The king?
What do you mean? Where's Erend?
He's inside, attending the Sun King, where we should be without further delay.
Okay.
Follow me,
I'm
please.
ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
All of these people are here to see the Sun King.
Yes, and each has come to ask a favor of him. Unpleasant, but that's politics. The Sun King is eager to meet you, the machine tamer with a curious eye for detail. It's all very intriguing.
I'm not here to intrigue you.
Too late.
First the Oseram gets special treatment, and now Outlanders from the Savage Beast of the Sun King haven't heard.
Passed by some Outlander woman? Unacceptable. I've been here for 2 hours and Miss Nora goes to the front of the line.
Ignore them. Nobles are like children who whine when they don't get a second helping of dessert.
Okay.
What's the Sun King like?
The most important thing is what he isn't like. His father.
Collectible out there.
I think you'll find him to be a reasonable man.
Up here. Oh my god.
Aloy of the Nora. She who sees the unseen.
Oh,
Welcome.
God.
You look like
It
Nil.
would seem you have done me a great service. Erend, tell her what you found.
I checked Ursa's tomb. You were right, Aloy. The body is missing a scar below her right knee. I gave it to Ursa when we were kids, fighting over a toy sword.
If the body is not Ursa's, then we must assume she is still alive. And I will not abandon her.
We only know she was taken, not who took her.
I can help with that. Ursa has an enemy among the Oseram. A warlord named Dervahl.
Oh, we've heard
Impossible.
Yeah.
Every clan in the claim has been hunting for him since the liberation. He has to be dead by now.
No other Oseram had the motive and ingenuity to lure Ursa into this trap. I expect to find him lurking somewhere near the border. I've already sent an agent to investigate. He'll be waiting for word from us at the marketplace in
It is that
I
way.
can't move troops to the border
Pitch
without
black.
provoking the Oseram. But I could send a few vanguardsmen. And perhaps an exceptionally gifted Nora as well.
Oh.
Erend, Marad, let me discuss it with her privately.
Oh, one-on-one with the king.
Oh,
I hate to impose further after all you've done, but this is a matter of great importance to me.
you and Ursa, Dervahl, questions about the cards or something.
Questions about the park.
We've heard Dervahl from that when we were investigating the workshop
Yeah.
for the Pitch Cliff mission.
That
We've
makes
heard his
sense.
name,
Yeah,
so I'm
you're right.
guessing, and since those guys in that little outpost up there were called mercenaries, I'm guessing that's
Yep.
where we're going to be going.
Absolutely, you're right. I told you.
Who is
that would come
Dervahl
back.
exactly?
To understand Dervahl, you must first understand my father. He truly thought of himself as a sun god. His mind was broken. He believed that blood sacrifice would solve, well, everything. So he raided the other tribes for victims, especially the Oseram. Dervahl fought back. He crafted powerful weapons and rallied his people.
Like the paralysis thing.
My father responded with the ultimate cruelty. He captured Dervahl's wife and daughter and sacrificed them in the Sun Ring.
Why you and Ursa?
It sounds like Ursa means a lot to you.
She helped him kill his
Without
father.
her Oseram vanguard, I would not have been able to liberate Meridian and end my father's brutal reign. Since then, it has been difficult to maintain peace between our tribes. But Ursa has a way of making her people see reason. So you see, I need her back at my side. And quickly.
Why kidnap Ursa?
So, why would Dervahl go to so much trouble to kidnap Ursa?
He felt she betrayed him.
That's right.
She fought by his side until she realized he planned to raise Meridian and butcher its people. And she came to me. Together, we stopped him and liberated the city from my father. Dervahl has spent every moment since trying to get revenge. Mostly on the other Oseram who fought with us.
I called it.
He made so many powerful enemies. I thought we'd seen the last of him. I was wrong.
Okay. Carja's on.
I'd like to ask you something about the Sundom and its politics.
By all means.
Coming the Sun King, replace Carja and Osram, Shadow Carja. Shadow Carja?
Yeah.
What can you tell me about the Shadow Carja? What do they have to do with Ursa?
They are remnants of my father's regime, holding out at the fortress of Sunfall to the west. Like him, they care only for domination, and seek to draw upon the power of the sun by spilling blood in its name. Since Ursa helped me take this city from them, they were perfect scapegoats. Dervahl knew this, of course, and planned it well.
Carja and Osram.
Your politics seem very complicated. The Oseram are friends, but enemies too?
I couldn't have liberated Meridian without the help of Ursa and her Oseram freebooters. Many of them have settled here. But the Ealdormen of the Oseram clans in the Claim have become jealous of their success. So have many Carja nobles. It's a volatile situation, especially given the fact that my father raided the Oseram for years. Ursa helps keep the peace, promising a future based on mutual gain. But some, like Dervahl, will never let go of their venom.
You're kind of the same.
They call you a sun god who killed his own father in order to unite the tribes in harmony. Is any of it true?
Yeah, pretty much.
They say you can see the invisible, split an arrow at 50 paces, and tame machines at a glance. How much of that is true?
It's not too far off.
Well, I would like to unite the tribes in harmony, but you saw how many courtiers I have to deal with first. Maybe next week.
Got it.
Your pass.
Quite a place you've got here. You can almost see the little people below the mesa.
You don't approve? Well, I have a secret for you. Neither do I. But we must be patient. Change won't come in a single sunrise.
But will it happen at all, while men live in palaces?
It might. Eventually. If people like you help me bring it about.
Okay.
I need to get going.
I know. Well, they say kings should never beg. But please, help me find Ursa.
You got it, buddy.
Who says that?
Well, Murad, for one. Don't hesitate to ask him or Erend if you have further questions.
Let's go. Finally. I didn't expect to see just be chilling right here.
Yeah.
What do you need?
I have to go.
Understood.
Cool. Let me read your book. Founding of Meridian, a scribe's book of carefully copied glyphs. Oh, we almost got all the glyphs scanned. Oh, okay. The founding of Meridian. We are Carja. In us is the blood of those led by Ahriman from persecution and pursuit so long ago. Out of the far savage east we came, guardians of a treasure greater than land or metal, the leaves of the old ones. Ahriman found the leaves in a ruin, picked out by a beam of sunlight, and he recognized at once their importance. Within was etched the first teachings of how to observe the sun, to recognize its guidance, and to understand the place of man. From out of the leaves we came the first glyphs, the first writings, so our knowledge could last longer than voices. Did they just find like a little diagram of like photosynthesis?
Probably.
And are like, ooh, yes, that is us. But when our forefathers offered to share this gift, they were driven out by those that had once called tribesfolk. These ones feared to have the light of knowledge brought to bear on their ignorance, or were jealous of its power. So, the Nora. And so began the long wandering of our people, trusting only that the sun would guide them and deliver them from the barbarian tribes, so the Nora. The path was hard and marked by the stones of families who fell along the wayside, even Ahriman's own. The persecution was unceasing from those without purpose, only the desire to debase and destroy. But the faith of the Carja was rewarded with a distant vision, the tower like a solid ray of the sun holding on the horizon, flashing. Even as their enemies descended upon them, Ahriman followed the flight of the Glinthawks, leading his people through looming canyons and teeming jungles. Again they saw the tower, so close now it seemed, to reach to the very sun itself, and they saw that the Glinthawks perched upon it. Are they talking about the spire?
Oh.
So the spire
yeah,
was
probably.
already here? I thought they made the spire. Beheld in the light of the sun the tower, the spire cast its long shadow upon a mesa across the verdant valley. Ahriman knew he had found a haven for the tribe, as this was a place shunned by those without his faith, who cowered from the magnificence of the spire or the shining feathers of the Glinthawks. Okay, so what is the spire then? He named this place Meridian, from a passage in the leaves, and the tribe settled in the protection of the great mesa. They found the site was blessed in every respect, carving their cliff houses from the bounteous resources, and in time from the red rock of the mesa itself, crowning it with the first columns of the city of the sun. Truly the sun gave much to the descendants of our forefathers, granting Meridian great harvests and prosperity, and then bounds of the sundom for as far as its light touched. In time, seeing Meridian shielded us from the dark arrows and plots of our foes. Other foreigners brought trade and tribute. Holy Meridian, without spire and sun there would be no Meridian, but now and forevermore it stands as monument to both, and the glory of Ahriman and the founders is reflected anew in each Sun King of the Radiant line and the noble houses of the Sun Court.
Okay.
Humanoid. Oh, humanoid. Okay, well, let's look around here. Hey guys, I see another one.
So, I thought Ursa was dead, and I thought Dervahl was dead. Dead doesn't seem to mean what it used to. Or maybe I'm just an ass. Whatever. All I know is that it's time to find my sister and get some payback. I hope Murad's guy grabs us a lead.
Sun King Avad.
Avad seems committed to finding your sister.
Yeah, those two got along. And some people say they shacked up, but I don't buy it. Seems a little skinny for her. Oh, okay, some bad images are forming in my head. Let's just focus on finding her. And kicking Dervahl's ass.
Okay. Ursa and Dervahl.
Did Ursa ever tell you anything about Dervahl?
We were both under his command for a while. Sort of. Helped him recruit an army to take out the mad Sun King. But then he got real creepy with Ursa. Needless to say, she wasn't interested, but he wouldn't let it go. Not to mention the fact that we realized he wanted to murder every Carja, not just the bad ones.
Sounds a lot like Adam and Blake.
Long story short, he's a grazer-licking dungbag.
Okay.
I'd better go.
Don't stand me up in Pitchcliff, okay? Ursa needs
Don't
us.
worry about
We
that.
already know exactly where to go.
And the map.
Aloy, how can I be of service?
It's obvious that you're an advisor to the Sun King, but what is it you do exactly?
Whatever is needed, of course.
Are you always so evasive?
It depends.
The spy, the Austrian brother, the ball, and the Sun King Avad.
You were right about Avad. He seems genuine.
Yeah.
He is the Sun King. I serve him the best I can. What else would you have me say?
Huh. Did you serve the last one as best you could, too?
Well, I served him to his enemies. It was the best I could do for the Sundom.
You're weird.
What did you do?
Nothing I could be blamed for.
Or are you a spy?
Sounds to me like you're a spy.
There are many helpful voices in the Sundom and beyond. I like to think of myself as a good listener.
Blameless?
So why do they call you Blameless Maraud?
Well, it depends on who you mean by they, and what they might wish to blame me for.
Talking to you is tiring.
Yeah.
So they say.
So he probably, I don't know, like, left the gate open or made it easier for Avad and Ursa to get to
Yeah, probably.
Duran.
What will I find at the border?
An outpost full of Oseram, most of whom want nothing to do with Dervahl. Still, he inspires great loyalty in those who fought with him against the last Sun King. He will not be caught alone.
I know.
And don't forget, he is a master craftsman. Nothing delights him more than his dangerous toys.
Points. Dangerous points.
What makes you so sure Dervahl did this to Ursa?
I don't care for sure or certain. I prefer likely or probably. How many Oseram are clever enough for this ruse? Capable of building the weapon you describe? Who hate Ursa so? More than one? Not likely. Dervahl? Quite probably.
Even if people think he's dead?
That is surely another reason to be suspicious of certain words.
Okay, bye.
I have to go.
Please,
Then you must.
okay.
Let me go over here.
Readable.
I know. Alright. The Sun King's book, a record made on sun-worn parchment, its glyphs inlaid with golden detailing. The Chronicles of the Sun Kings. The former Ahriman, who guided our forefathers from the shadows of the savage east into the fastness of the Mesa Valley, and who, reading the signs of sun and shadow, both delivered them to the site of Holy Meridian. The bounteous Amavad, who oversaw the clearing and sowing of the royal maize lands so that none who walked in the sun's favor should go hungry again, who cut back the jewel to claim the rich estate lands for the first houses of the Sun Court. The far-seeing Sadahin,
Probably.
who expanded the sun's dominion to the north, south, and east, setting a gate at Bright Market Harbor, and who, before the sun at its highest, proclaimed these lands would be known as Karja Sundom, so by the light it was good. Generous Juadan, who stocked the metal markets with the spoils of his own trampler hunts, and who allowed trade from north and south, even permitting outlanders the gifts of the counting glyphs so that they might understand more than simple barter. Zavarad, the pilgrim Sun King, whose tower was raised to the top of the ridge of Vales, and who crossed the great waters of the daybreak, so the Sundom might extend even further, and to honor this passage had the great blazoned arch raised on the far shores. Okay. Bold Iriv, who saw the sun's passing into the west as a challenge and forged after it with a great army to be pushed back 3 times at the great canyon lands that would be known as the Daunt, until on the 4th time his cohort broke through and were vanished in the lands beyond. Okay. To the west, yeah. Prudent Basadid, who had the mantle of his fallen brother thrust upon him suddenly, who ordered the construction of the fortress of Sunfall and the garrison of Blazon Arch, declaring the land beyond it the forbidden west where only the sun may go. Okay. So they went to the west, but then they didn't come back, so then Basadid was like, nope, no one going over there again.
Yeah.
Okay. Kuvadin, the returner who strove to bring civilization to the savage east but returned after many strenuous endeavors, saying it was no longer fit for the people of the sun, and called for the building of great towers and walls so this wild land might be observed safely. Ranin, the firebird, who saw the Sundom suffer unprovoked attack by the Tenakth horde, and who against the protests of his advisors, accompanied his army to confront them. Under the sun, he claimed victory. Though he was so greatly scarred, he wore his blazoned helmet from that day. We haven't seen any Tinnact, right? That's the one that people claim are cannibals.
Yeah.
What are the what's the other one? The Utaru. We've seen an Utaru, but we don't know where they are. Nahasis, who was a hunter as much as a Sun King, and called for the proudest men of the noble houses to prove themselves in competition beneath the sun, and that those who fell the greatest machines would be situated as the first Sunhawk and Hawks at the Hunter's Lodge. Okay. The illuminated Marzid, who the sun visited the vision so vivid and grand, he commissioned many statues and frescoes of his visage in Meridian, and for his summer palace in Sunfall had the great citadel raised, where he remained painting until he took deathly ill from his own pigments. Hivas, elder brother of Marzid, who decreed each family with a suitable male child should submit that child in service of the sundom, then depleted ranks and had the artisans turn their attention from works of art to unfitting each soldier of the sun with the very finest armor, halberd, and bow. Joran, who in his early years was a strong Sun King, defending the Sundom from the encroachment of other tribes and the derangement of the machines, but who became greatly addled and ordered the spilling of much blood in the sun's name, threatening to bring a twilight time upon us. Avad, the Liberator. Okay.
Okay, so what that tells us is that there's been a lot of Sun Kings.
Well, we know Avad is the 14th one.
Yeah. I just want to know how long it's been.
Well, it's hard to have probably been here for probably a few hundred years.
Yeah.
Probably like at least a decade, a century, a millennium.
The main markets of commerce.
Where the fuck am I? Who the hell are you?
I don't think I can
Trying to
help
say
you.
10, 100, or 1,000.
1,000.
Come on.
Where the fuck am I going?
Oh,
Down here in the water. It just keeps going. Okay, what the fuck?
going on an adventure.
Where are you going? I'm going on an adventure.
Crouch? Nope, I think it's Oh, you did.
There's this weird missing thing.
Jump. I'm sure you got another save.
Okay, I think that's it.
Okay.
That's down there.
Can you see him from here?
He's chilling right there.
Yeah.
Okay, well we're gonna end that one there.
Mm-hmm.
Ersa is not dead, probably. We know where we're going. To Pitch Cliff up to here.
Yep.
So that's the plan for next time. Finally gotta meet Avad and go to the palace. We just need to be taken over to the spire.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's exciting. Next time, before we head out, I'm gonna change my outfit to a DLC one.
Ooh.
And I got some DLC weapons, I think, too. So, exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, if you're lost, I'm a guard, not the town crier.